Hi there, Alex here at mixinglessons.com. In this video, we're going to talk about something that I think you should consider and you should keep in mind if you're looking to decide which DAW you want to use. So if you're new to mixing, you're setting up a home studio, you're going to need a piece of software to record your music into and then to mix it and master it. And the decision of which DAW to invest in, that stands for Digital Audio Workstation. It refers to things like Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, Studio One, Reaper, and so on. The decision on which to go with is something that people put a lot of effort into thinking about. And there's a lot of great resources online which will tell you all of the different features of different software. I think that there's something which is often overlooked whilst you're making this decision. And so in this video, that's what we're going to talk about. Before we dive in, if you make music in a home studio or you're setting up a home studio and you want to start recording and mixing music, then be sure to head over to mixinglessons.com/free-downloads. Over there, you can get a free EQ cheat sheet, a free compression cheat sheet, and a free vocal recording guide. And I think that all three will be really, really useful to you, regardless of what DAW you're using. Now, this is more to do with how you're going to learn how to use that DAW. So we all learn in different ways, and I suppose we're all in different situations. For some of us, there might be a local recording studio, which is happy to let us intern there. Alternatively, we might have a friend who has a home studio, and they're happy to show us how to do different things. Maybe you're relying more on YouTube videos, or you're reading blogs, you're listening to podcasts. There are so many different ways to learn music production now. Now, if that local studio is happy to let you come in and they're going to show you stuff in exchange for you sweeping the floors and making coffee, then whatever DAW they have is probably the DAW that you should invest in. Likewise, if you've got a friend who has a home studio, let's say they use Logic, you would probably be wise to invest in Logic. Now, obviously, this isn't a hard and fast rule. You might find that they teach in a certain way, but they use a piece of software which really just isn't appropriate for what you want to do. In that case, obviously, don't go with that piece of software. But let's say you really like reading books and you find a really, really good book on Pro Tools. That's a really, really important thing to factor into that decision. Now, having said that, when I teach music production, I try to do it in a way where it's non-DAW specific. So I may demonstrate how to use an EQ, but I try to show you the principles behind EQ so that it's relevant to you whether you're using Pro Tools like I do or you're using a different DAW. But, potentially if you're going to that person's house every day, that friend's house, and they're using Logic and they're showing you how to do different things, and then you're coming home and you're trying to figure out how to put those things into action in Reaper or Studio One or Pro Tools, that might just add a little bit of friction that could be avoided. So it's just a thought. As I say, there could be reasons why you can't go down this route and you're going to have to use something different to whatever the person who's teaching you how to do music production is using. But maybe you can use the same one and maybe that would just make your life a little bit easier. And just as a little bonus tip, if you are looking for which DAW you want to use, I would also advise checking out as many free versions of things as you can to begin with. Pro Tools are offering a free version at the minute. It's called Pro Tools Intro. Logic, I believe, also has a 90-day free trial of the full version of the software. I think Reaper has a free 60-day trial or something like that. So try some different DAWs before you spend any money. And if possible, go for a DAW where you have a friend that's using it, you found a YouTube channel that you really like and they teach what they teach using it, and go from there. So I hope that that gives you something to think about in addition to the other things that you probably are already thinking about in terms of the capabilities of the software and how appropriate it is for the kind of music that you want to produce. If you've got any questions, please leave me a comment. Thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget to head over to mixinglessons.com/free-downloads for those free guides, and I'll see you next time.